Well, now, during the pandemic, it's been one of the most unpleasant duties facing parents, having to take your child for an intrusive and uncomfortable COVID test, right? Well, many kids are brought to tears by the whole experience. So you'll be relieved to know help is at hand in the form of a new testing device trialled at Melbourne's Royal Children's Hospital, taking away all the stress. Lead researcher Dr. Shadan Tosef joins us now. Doctor, good morning to you. Thank you for your time this morning. How does it all work? This will be music to a lot of parents' ears.
Good morning, Carl. It's nice to speak with you. Yes, this is a study that we're doing on a new device called the Rhinoswab Junior, made by a company called Rhinoswab. And essentially, this works by the child actually taking the swab themselves and putting it into their nose. And that allows them to have good control of the process. It has a few novelty features where they have a mustache or maybe something else to distract them. Yeah.
That's terrific. Presumably, you hope this takes away the current anxiety kids feel about the nasal and throat test. Is it as accurate?
So, yeah, we know that children are facing anxiety with this test. We've done an RCH poll which shows that testing concerns are a potential barrier for parents getting their children tested. And we know that testing is such an important part of the public health response. So, at the moment, our research is both to see how feasible this is in children, to see if they do accept it, and also secondly, as you point out, to make sure that it's a really valid and reliable way of testing, and it should be as good as the standard testing for it to be used.
Is it rapid results?
So this is the swab part of the test, and then basically, after we collect this swab, it can be put onto any platform potentially, such as the PCR platforms or even a rapid antigen testing platform potentially.
Okay. Let's talk about vaccines just briefly as well. How are we tracking there in Melbourne? Obviously, we need to get kids over the age of 12 vaccinated. We know in New South Wales from the end of next month, kids will be going back to school. Are you comfortable with where things are at there?
Yeah, Carl, I think ways of how we can protect children and also support children to get back to some normalcy in their lives is at the forefront of all of our minds. We know that the indirect impacts from COVID, such as missing out on school, not seeing friends and being in lockdown, has been really hard for children. There are vaccines available for children over 12 years of age, as you've pointed out in your show. And we're eagerly awaiting those studies later in the year which will be looking at the safety and efficacy of studies in children younger than 12. It's worth noting that thankfully most of the infections that have occurred in children with COVID have been very mild, and we've seen very few hospitalizations in children. And that's hopefully some reassurance to parents and families, because we're all thinking about this for our kids at the moment.
100% well said, Doctor. I don't think I can let you go without the kids of Australia seeing what it looks like when you use that little moustache with the nose bit.
Okay.
So if
you want me to?
Yeah, demonstrate for sure. Yeah,
yeah, I can put it in if you're ready.
Yeah, go.
You have to bear with me putting it in my nose. But basically, you just kind of slot it in there, and that's it.
Oh,
and it sits there for just under a minute. Yeah.
Well done, mate. Thank you so much. The Royal Children's Hospital is a sensational hospital and wonderful researchers like you working there, so I appreciate your time today. And the kids of Australia will be breathing a sigh of relief through a fake moustache.